Right, morning guys. It's just gone about 6:10. I've got all the gear out the car. There's a few other people turned up today as well. A couple come on this lake, one down the bank there, and a couple are on the other lake. So I'm back on lake one again for the first session of the year, or my first session on this lake of the year anyway. And I'm going to target this area of water. I've been stood here for the last sort of 5 or 6 minutes watching the water. I've seen a couple of fish show in this area. Only very small shows, but enough to let me know they're there. So I'm going to set up here. I think Josh is coming along later as well. So there's going to be a couple of us fishing, but I'm going to get everything set up and get fishing. It's summer hours now. We're into early March, so we're able to set up at 6 o'clock in the morning and get sunrises like this. And we can fish through till we've got to be off site at 8 o'clock. So obviously it's dark by that time, so I'll be leaving before then, but we can fish all the way through till dusk. Another little fish show out in the middle there. Just little breaks of the surface, so it's enough to let me know they're there. Right, let's get set up. Alright, that's all the gear set up. 2 rods out on the spot. The sun just coming up in the distance. I've seen a few more shows since I've been setting up, so I'm happy that I'm in the right sort of areas. So my right hand rod I've got out towards swim on the far bank there, probably about a third of the way across. I haven't gone particularly far. And then the left hand rod a bit closer to the middle and out towards, where are we? Out towards the little dip in the reeds there. Now it's gone dead calm. I can see every little blemish on the surface, so every time any kind of fish shows or flips on the surface, I'm going to get a very clear reaction. So we're just going to sit back and watch the water now for the next few hours, see what develops, and hopefully we can get some action this time out. We're just starting to see the first signs of spring. I say it's early March. Temperature wise at the moment it's about 3 or 4 degrees, but in the last few days we have seen temperatures sort of up in the mid-teens during the day, and again today it's supposed to go up to I think 16-17 degrees. And bright blue skies and sunshine all day. But I say the trees just starting to get the first buds, so it's not going to be too far away before we've got greenery returning to the lake. Hope we can catch some of these fish before they start to spawn in the coming months and we can get them at their top weights, but Right now, we'll take any fish. Giant scrap going on. Why can't they all just be friends? Well, if the lake wasn't awake before, it certainly is now. Noisy bastards, they really are. Have a nice tranquil lake, nice and calm. Now the whole thing is covered with ripples from this lot. Just about make out the kingfisher. A pair of them have just flown in. And the other one landed over in the middle there somewhere, but I can at least make that one out. Little bit of early morning, mist and fog starting to be burnt off by the sun again. Made it quite chilly for the last 45 minutes or so since it's come in. Temperature noticeably dropped, but as I said, it's supposed to get up to about 17 degrees today, so you can abide the next hour or so where it's a little bit chilly. And then the upper layers should really start to warm up. Whether that's going to bring the fish up in the water, and we might have to look at something like a zig, we shall see. But say for now, I've got my right hand rod on a little popped up bottom bait, so it's fishing as a snowman rig, one of my usual approaches, with a little PVA bag of 5 or 6 boilies around it, and then the left hand rod got a little 12mm pop up inside a solid bag with some powder and pellet. So got a couple of different approaches. We shall see whether they bring any success or not. I have seen fish, multiple fish, top out down the far end there, come crashing out. So as and when Josh shows up, I may well point him in that direction. Certainly for one rod, it was off down by the end of the reeds, this sort of area, and not very far off the bank, so it might be a one rod to that spot and one out in the middle, but we'll see what he wants to do when he gets here. Not been seeing too much since then, so whether they've now stopped the early morning shows and they're all getting down in the water a little bit, we'll see. Just had a little tug on the right hand rod, just a single beat, but I saw the rod tip sort of bouncing up and down a little bit, so may well have just been a fish hitting the line, may have been a small fish having a little tug on the bait, but the first little bit of interest at least. Right, it's just gone 10 o'clock. Josh has turned up. He got here about 8 o'clock and has set up and fishing. I've stolen some of his hemp oil to go in my PVA bag, and as you can see it's creating this lovely slick. So obviously this is where I've cast and I've got this lovely slick coming off of it, and has been for the last 5 or 6 minutes since I cast out. I've just refreshed that left hand rod, make sure we've got some bait around it, and just creating some little PVA mesh sticks with just 5 or 6 boilies in each, so I can refresh that right hand rod shortly. I've had a few beeps on the rods, but nothing positive as yet, just the odd sort of little tug here and there, so we shall see if we can get something, show a bit more interest. But for now, let's just set up again. I'm just going to get this spare rod set up with another PVA bag, so that's ready to go as and when I need it on the left hand rod, and then we'll get the kettle on again, I think. Right, just coming up to 2 o'clock. Me and Josh were literally just saying it would be nice to get some interest, and Josh has got some interest. Probably a bream, but we'll see. Told you it'd be that rod that went, didn't I? That was the one that was cast over to where the ducks are, about a rod length off the bank. It was where I'd seen those fish topping earlier, so it certainly looked a good spot to put it. It's taken a while, but it's paid off. It's just kiting over to the right hand side. Down there ready. It's the first fish of the year, Josh, that's what counts. Has he gone completely under your other rod? He's just down in the deep margins at the moment. Oh, there he is. Nice looking common. Let's get this net. Standard sort of size common for an ear. And he's in the net. Oh, we zeroed the scales. 17.2, yeah, 17.2. Keeps bouncing around a bit, but I'm going to complain. Alright, first fish of 2025 for Josh. Well, first fish of 2025 really, for anyone. Gone 17 pounds, 2 ounces. Pristine common that he's now going to jump around. Lovely golden fish. So we'll get some pictures of this one, get him back and get the rod back out on that far margin spot, because he's done the job. Well, he's already raring to go. All the way along the bank. Nice. Alright, just coming up to 3 o'clock. I've had a recast of the right hand rod, swapped it over for the snowman rig, and I've put a PVA bag out towards the island. It's blowing a bit of a gale now, and trying to get it close to the island as I would like was a bit tricky, but it's over there, so we'll see how that goes in the lee of the wind. So the rest of it's got quite choppy and quite windy now, so we'll give those a couple of hours, and then that'll take us to about 5 o'clock. Have a recast then. Hopefully by that sort of point the fish should start showing themselves again, and we might get an idea of where they are. That's the plan, so we'll leave it for the next couple of hours, unless we can sneak something out before then. Right, it's just gone 4 o'clock. Still got a bit of a breeze coming down the lake. Everybody else on the lake has packed up other than me and Josh, so we've now got the whole area to ourselves. I was speaking to a guy who popped down earlier, who's actually gone over on the far lake there. He said he's been down here for the last couple of evenings, and the carp start showing at about 5 o'clock sort of time, and then bite time is obviously around that sort of time, and then into the hours of darkness. So I haven't got any light with me today, so it's going to be a case of fishing till dusk, and then that'll be us done. But sounds like there's potential for some sort of interest later. We shall see. Ten to 5. Josh has had a run on the right hand rod. You reckon it's a bream? Sometimes they charge at you first of all and then turn. No, it's a bream. You're better your net than mine. Right, it's just gone 5:30. Starting to see the first signs of carp showing themselves again. Got the sun disappearing in the background, so we've probably got about another half hour, 45 minutes of light, something like that, and then we'll be packing up. But so we've seen a couple of fish now top out again. Got a few flat spots coming up from our baited areas. And I've just had some bubbling going on over my right hand spot, so hopefully that means the fish are down there feeding and we got a chance for a fish or two before we pack up. Right, as you can see, the sun has gone, the light is fast fading. Josh has gone, he's just packed up and left. So that's it for another session. Unfortunately, another blank for me. 2025 isn't being very kind fish-wise at the moment. We managed to get one out for Josh, which was that nice 17-pound common. But still very quiet on these lakes. I would say there were 4 or 5 other guys on this lake across the course of the day. Didn't have anything out. So still very slow, but we are still very, very early spring. So we shall leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully we can get some more interest on the next one.